Last time I made a poll asking you guys which tank I should build now that I have an oil refinery for making fuel. 1 week later, with over 20,000 votes, the answer is quite clear. In a stunning unanimous turnout, the tank has won with over 100% of the votes. Just kidding, the real winner is the American M1 Abrams with over 11,000 votes. Massive surprise, the first thing we're going to be doing is working more on the oil refinery, because I wasn't finished last time. But I'm only adding a small section of it right now. It's a very important section which I do need for this video. You see, I have a gunpowder farm over there. Problem is, well, all the ammunition takes a lot of gunpowder, unsurprisingly, and it needs sulfur. And I ran out of all my sulfur, but the nice thing is that you can make sulfur from heavy oil. It only takes a little bit of it as well. So I've added another section to the oil refinery right here. This is the section that deals with heavy oil. So the most important thing, obviously, is right here where, let's turn this back on. It'll send the heavy oil into here. It should. And then, yep, see, it starts, let's see if we can actually see this. There we go, yeah. It starts all of these things, and that's just what produces the sulfur. And it even produces bitumen as well, which we can make into asphalt if we want to. And so it comes off of here and gets sent up these conveyor belts. If we go over here, this is all stuff that's new. I've included in the schematic that I'm going to go and assemble in the other world. It drops it off to a train loading area. That's the sulfur part taken care of. The other thing that it does some other stuff here. We have another distillation tower here where it takes the heavy oil and it turns it into diesel and lubricant. Here I've got a station where I can get lubricant buckets, and then I've got a station over here for crafting the three things that you need lubricant for. You need it to make engines, small engines. These types of engines, I think it's a gas engine. I'm not going to need anywhere near as many materials for this as the other ones. Thank goodness, otherwise we'd be here all day and we wouldn't be making tanks. No, go the other direction. I've got to do this fast before it just crashes the game. How is it still 15 pages? Not that any of these are big numbers, but still, it's a large variety of things. That's fine. I got all the stuff, and it only takes less than 4 chests here. It's way less than the other ones, so that was nice, not having to spend hours gathering things. There have been a few problems, but we're here now. It's got the new section, and it seems to be working. So I have to go add the train station for this so I can pick it up and put it in the train. And then I need to figure out a stop over there. The only way I can get the train over there right now is if I move the tanker train, because I haven't built the rails to go from basically right here through the village and then around with a bridge on this peninsula. I haven't done that yet. So the train has to go through here. This train, haven't used it in a while. It was supposed to be more for the colony moving stuff around, and then it kind of didn't end up working out how I was hoping. Things not integrating as well as I wanted, but I'm close. I'm really close. Somewhere around here is where it goes. There, now it should have worked. Should be connected to the second boxcar. Yeah, see, it's getting loaded already. Of course, now I have to program this train with a new schedule. Although, I should probably add the last station before I try to make a schedule. There, I see it connected. Oh, look, see, it's already unloading it. Oh, let's go. It's already 1,500 and the whole thing is filled with stacks of this stuff. And it's actually restarted. Oh, the whole thing restarted on its own. I didn't think it was going to do that. I thought it was, like, actually broken for some reason. But no, I designed it better than I thought. Yeah, see, it's making it. It's got the dirt turns into nitrate, if you're wondering. Since it has been a while since we made this. Here you go. Off you go. Have fun on your schedule again. This is where the fun part and the hard part begins. It's time to design a tank. In this case, with the pretty much very, very decisive poll, we're going to be building an M1 Abrams tank. Oops. I was noticing that the tracks appear to be, well, one track, it looked like about 3 of one track widths would fit in the middle, which, well, our tracks are 1 block wide, and so that would mean that the middle to this scale would be basically 3 blocks wide. So this here is over 5 meters wide, meaning that this is not 1-to-1 scale. This is actually going to be much larger than 1-to-1 scale, and I'm looking at this thinking it's still really small. So I have a couple cranks right now. I can spin this and we start moving. It's very cool. And I can do this, and this is how I can attach a rotating turret onto this. And it's going to be a real challenge to put everything in here. I may have to scale everything up beyond this. Another slight issue is that the cannon is a much too large for a tank caliber. There's nothing in between autocannon and then basically naval artillery, or just artillery in general. Now, I will mention, I'm paying attention to other people on YouTube who do tanks and who made the track work mod or are associated with that, like Corson, and I've seen that with their mods, some of which still seem to be private. I've been looking at CurseForge pretty frequently. Haven't seen it added yet. It looks like they have added a medium caliber, like a tank caliber, that's not autocannon and it's not basically naval artillery. But there's also a lot of cool stuff that goes with that mod that they use for their videos that will hopefully be available. But I'm kind of stuck for the moment using the largest caliber. As you can see right here, I'm building the smallest possible tank. This is actually the tank that we're building in this video. There, I have built the tank. That is the... Oh. Moving on. The vast majority of all the systems have to fit in a 1 block tall area because we have to have the turret be able to spin around, and it's not going to be easy. So the clutch, which is this, needs to be powered on by default, and that will obviously stop it from turning. So we could actually add a creative motor here right now. Oh, that's a problem. That's conflicting with that. So let me move this back by 1 block. Put a shaft there instead, and then we'll put the clutch there. Oh, and now we can see that it starts moving forward slowly. That's a clutch. We also have a gear shift here so that I can set it into reverse. So by default, I don't know if I want it in reverse. Let me put a lever here. Okay, so it's now going in reverse by default. That's annoying. So let me change this to the other side. Okay. Then if I change that, we start going in reverse. So if I do that, it'll start turning in that direction, so that's good. So to go the other way, I would want to change that. That suddenly makes us turn left. So normally that's off, and then that's on to go forward. So there's a lot of controls that have to go into making this work. We've got the basic mechanics of how it can move around, how we can change the direction and all that stuff. Now let's figure out what kind of fuel this engine uses. I don't actually know. Alright, let's try with gasoline first. Put the gas in there. Hopefully it's getting pumped in now. It is not getting pumped in then. Okay, what fuel does it need? Does it need diesel? Or is it going to be kerosene? Yeah, it uses kerosene. Interesting. Now, I doubt that's the actual fuel that the tank would use. I assume, maybe it actually says on here. Oh, it says it can use a variety of fuels. I just looked it up. It says it could use jet fuel, which is kerosene, gasoline, diesel, or marine diesel. So it's actually not unrealistic then that we use the turbine engine, and then it can use kerosene in this case. So if I do that, that should start the engine. Yeah. The hardest part of this engine is going to be dealing with the pumps that have to run all the time. And they have to be basically 1 block tall. I can't make it any taller than that. Can I change the speed of the engine with an analog lever, I wonder? Oh, you can. That's nice. So I have this controller here, and I can actually drive this with the controller, which is pretty cool. I can just push the forward button, and I can push like left and right, and it will turn it left or right. It has a little bit of problems going back, like I can't turn it a different direction going back. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna have room to make a system that would make that work properly, but all this driving does in fact work. Now, there's just one problem that I'm trying to deal with. When you have these things, when you have anything that is, unfortunately, these seem to be counted as a full block. They're not counted as slabs. Its hitbox for affecting what can rotate and what can't rotate is basically a full block. This thing is trying to rotate, but this thing is in the way. So watch, if I removed this, even though, yeah, it could fit there, I guess because it's got that antenna or something, I don't know what exactly the reason why that is a thing, but see, that'll start moving again. But if I put that back, then it stops. And the same thing is down here, it's treating it like a full block. So it has issues trying to go, when it's trying to climb up a hill, it has big problems because of that thing. I have to move both of these. Both of these basically have to be somewhere in here. And I'm trying really hard to figure out a way to fit it in here. Oh yeah, I should also mention the engine's working as well, which is nice. It was quite difficult to fit the engine in here, but you can see I got it all fitting with basically no room to spare. Here, I've expanded it another time. I think I've added 2 or 3 blocks onto this from when I started, but it allowed me to fit everything in here properly. Anyways, this is the most exciting thing. Watch this. It now has no problems going up blocks. See, look at that. It just goes right up the hill, no problem. That looks really cool. Well, here we are. I've made a system that can spin the turret around pretty reliably. I guess I will take this out of here so you can see what I did. Well, I can kind of show you. This is its own physics entity, so I can actually leave it basically like this. This is the last hard thing that I'm having to sort out. Then once it's actually working, hello. I didn't know you were there. All I'm gonna have to do is just make the decorations on it, and then we'll have a working Abrams. Not you. You don't get it. I'm gonna run you over probably. There we go. So it stays put. Oh my god, that was annoying. So I've done some sus things, like I increased the amount of stress capacity that a handle can create. Now it can create several thousand stress capacities so that I can do this, that I can spin it and make this go up. And by the way, this is all part of that same physics entity there. I can control the turret. I can spin myself in the turret in here. So this is pretty epic. There we go. We can go all the way to the other side as well. And while I'm in here, I have almost no room, but I have access to this lever to form the gun. This lever will fire the gun, and then this will raise it, or this will raise and lower the gun. That means that it actually is about as functional as it's going to get. You know, even over here, we even have an autocannon that I can use. So this is just literally like a turret. It's meant to be one of those heavy machine guns on top of it. Now I'm gonna go leave the world, make a backup, and then I'm gonna test fire the gun there. The fact that going off Wi-Fi just resets your skin to a default skin is the dumbest thing ever. It's like, hello, it's a file on my computer. Maybe I just didn't look and I can change it manually. Again, I guess, now that it's offline. I don't know. But I'm on no Wi-Fi right now, and it's like, yeah, you don't have a skin now, even though it's literally just file on my computer. So, we're back on the survival world, and I've got some schematics. And you'll notice that I have made desert versions, desert camo for this. That's the one we're going to be making. It's probably the most iconic one. So that, you can see, is the color I chose. Let's move this up slightly. Tracks are not easy to get. Suspension tracks and turbine engines are not easy to get. The sprocket tracks are not easy to get. These things are actually kind of annoying. Like, look at that. Like, it's a lot of mechanical belts. And then these things, it's even more mechanical belts. Right, I'm making sprocket tracks. I have to use 18 belts for this just to make it. But luckily it makes 2 sprocket tracks per craft, and each one takes 9. Okay, that should be the right thing. Come on. Hey, there we go. 2 sprocket tracks. So let's do that again. Alright, last step, turbine engine. So I only have to make 1 time, and then it gives me 2 of them. So 1 for the front, 1 for the back. So that's good. So engine base. Oh, of course I have to do it here. Let's see. Turbine blade, screws, screwdriver, then lubricant, and then the mechanism. And so then I just stick the engine base in here, and it goes through this 6 times. Okay, we got the ship helm. So I can put this anywhere here, and it should work basically right away. It's not attached to anything else. Nope, it is good to go. Let's assemble the tank. Oh, there we go. Okay, kerosene. Can it fill up, please? Hey, yeah, kerosene. And I am going to stick it, some of it right there. Oh, there we go. I just had to replace it. That was weird. It's on. Oh, look, it's even putting out exhaust now. That's cool. Then set that there. And we should see it turn the other way. Yes. Look at that. Forwards, backwards. That's the control setup for that. Let me put a block here. Now we're going to click that. And suddenly it's a physics entity. And then I'm going to spin this around until it is facing that way. That's what we like to see. I need to figure out how many cannon pieces I need, so let me look at the next 2 schematics so I can go over to the cannon foundry and start casting all of them, which is going to take a while. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Did it kind of like change the suspension? Yeah, it rebalanced it out. That is cool. I haven't actually seen it yet with the full desert colors. So here I can actually use the turret. I'm still not sure what it's going to do yet, whether it's going to start freezing the game or not if I leave it assembled too long. It's still possible. So I need some ammo for the tank. And again, no munitions factory yet. Well, I guess I could shoot that hill. Why not? Let's do that. Here, let's assemble. Okay. Oh, no. Immediately? An immediate crash. It's never done that before. Usually it's got a delay. Well, I hope I didn't remove any of my progress. Oh my god, dude. Still, the big unresolved problem, and it's often specific to this world. Like, I solved it temporarily last time by deleting most of what was in the entities folder for the world. I didn't immediately trip it that time. So I'm hoping that eventually that gets resolved soon, because like, It really sucks not being able to leave these things assembled on contraptions. Like the big problem before, we had it with the turret first, the artillery turret by the colony, and then the ship that I had the cannons on. I assumed it would be a problem here. Just, I really hope it doesn't do it constantly, like immediately. Okay, so that did okay. So let me try to use it then. Nah, I can tell it just broke. Oof. Obviously, if anyone has any ideas as to what the issue might be, that would be amazing. If you could let me know. It seems probably unresolved at the moment, but it severely limits what I'm able to do in survival, particularly on this world. Like I've said, it's not always been an issue on other worlds. So, and I can't just go around deleting my entity folder literally every day. Believe it or not, after all the technical difficulties, we made it. We have a working tank minus some. I wish I didn't have to add a qualifier. Man, please fix it. Please fix the mod. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want, you can find this schematic on my Patreon. Next time, we're gonna probably have to start working on some sort of copper farm or working on the colony. We need to get some more infrastructure built, and it's gonna be Halloween soon. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I've been Sbeev. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.